Pocket square?
Little pocket square.
I'm used to seeing you with the jerseys and the columns or in the corner of your house. It's nice to see you out here in the flesh.
I was banished to a little dark place in the house, but now I'm here in studio.
Looking like Scarface originally in that house, and then the kid said, "Nah, Dad.
Go sit in the corner." Right. Yeah. Listen, man, I want to tell you something right now.
Listen what?
Okay, I'm sitting at the crib watching TV.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you on with some shades talking about me and the spouse, man.
That's right.
I don't appreciate that. If you got things to say to me, you need to say them when I'm here.
He knows good. First of all, Stephen A. always respect the wife. Okay, I respect the wife. He's the mom, is the whole bit. But let me be very clear. He is in no position to talk. I am sitting at home minding my business.
Okay.
I am chilling. Okay? And who FaceTimed me because the wife wanted to jump on to go off on me about the Cowboys. This man is married to a Cowboy.
Wait, is your wife a Cowboys fan?
Yes, she is.
Is that not true?
She is.
Hold on. Did you not call me?
Say what now?
She from Texas?
No, she's from Virginia.
She's on woman. You're married anyway.
But my thing is, it had nothing to do with me.
Excuse me.
So you
FaceTime me.
What she did, that's her business.
Hold on.
You don't have to be jumping on me.
Hold on. My point is, you the one that FaceTime me, A. B, you the one that come on TV sticking out your chest, bloviate like you the man, and sick the wife on me. The wife, he sat up there and FaceTime me, Max. I'm sitting there, what's up, Dave? What's going on? And the wife pops up. You better stop talking about those Cowboys. You wait and see. You're gonna win, Stephen. Now, when the Cowboys stuck up the joint Monday night, I didn't hear from Mrs. Woody then. I didn't hear anything. I couldn't spot her. I didn't find him. So I had to call both y'all out. The Woody family out. I have no regrets. I was not disrespectful. I was just pointing out facts. You understand? You don't call me when you got something to say or the wife and then hide when the Cowboys did what I told her. Did I not tell her what they were going to do? Did I not tell her? Did I not tell her what was going to happen? Yes or no?
I mean, that's not fair.
Stephen A., try this one, right? Try this one. He came on and talked about you calling out him and his wife. If you say something like that, say it to his face, right? Mm-hmm. Then in the next breath, you're talking about, hey, what my wife does has nothing to do with me.
Throw her under the bus.
Right under the bus.
That's kind of weak, man.
He's basically saying his wife runs the show, because you all know that's what it is.
I understand that. All I'm saying is that he did kind of throw her under. Do I have to come to her defense? I mean, I thought you would do that.
Whoa.
I thought you would do that.
He's not going to have to deal with the consequences.
I'm just trying to get him in some trouble.
I got to go back home.
I know that. I tried to get him in trouble. I ain't going to lie.
You know where you're going to go, right back in that little corner.
Yeah, I'm going to be banished.
Wish for that corner now.
All right, now I forgot all about Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
So basically, Stephen A., you heard the reporter.
Yeah.
Oh, every time I turn on the TV, all I hear is Stephen A. chirping. Well, she didn't say it like that.
Right.
But what's your reaction to Baker's response that he doesn't give a damn what anyone says?
Well, first of all, I thought it was the appropriate response. I have no problem with what Baker Mayfield said. I thought I was going to have a problem with what Baker Mayfield said until I heard what he actually said. You know, let me be very delicate in what I'm about to say. I think Mary Kay Cabot is an exceptional reporter. She does a great job in Cleveland. I've been reading her for years. But with all due respect, Mrs. Mary Kay Cabot, I mean, why are you mentioning me for? She said me. I'm sorry, Mac. Now, I mean, I understand. I am Stephen A. I get all that. But I mean, damn. I mean, and who hasn't gone off about Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, but you go off on another level.
Excuse me. No, when it comes to Baker Mayfield, I beg to differ. You need to watch NFL Live more. You need to watch Monday Night. I should say Monday Night Football because they ain't make it there. I mean, the bottom line is when you see Sunday night, when you see, SVP, if it's Ryan Clark, if it's Damian Woody, if it's Louis Riddick, if it's Dan Orlovsky, I mean, do I need to go on? Mary Kay, what you mentioning me for? Why me? I don't mind, but damn. Listen, if you're talking about criticism towards Baker Mayfield, let's take things into this proper consideration here. He looked god-awful against Pittsburgh. They're not winning because of him in Cleveland. They're winning in spite of him. Baker Mayfield doesn't need to give a damn about me or what I have to say or any other NFL, or any other person. They're NFL aficionados. I am not. But I got two eyes. I got 20/20 vision. I see you dancing in the pocket the second your first option isn't available to you. I see that happening. I'm wondering why Kevin Stefanski isn't calling Odell Beckham Jr.'s name more. You know that Odell Beckham Jr. is going to want out. You know that Jarvis Landry is going to go out. You got guys at 4-2 complaining about the team. Why would that be the case if you're happy with your quarterback? A rhetorical question for a second here. Do you know of any team with a winning record in NFL history that has a quarterback that is considered pretty damn good and the receiver is complaining? Because I got news for you. That usually doesn't happen. They're complaining about their contract. They might want the ball more.
Well, the receiver's not complaining. We're complaining.
What I'm saying is this. Odell, Jarvis, and others, the bottom line is ain't nobody happy there because they know that Baker Mayfield don't look like he's ready. Yeah. The fact of the matter is that you've won 4 games against the Cincinnati Bengals in your career. Your record is about 4-1. Don't get me started with what your record is against everybody else. The reality is that he has not been that good. He has to get better. He's gotten entirely too much shine. It has been undeserved, and he doesn't have to give a damn about me or what I have to say or anybody else. I completely support that thinking. What I would ask, however, is that rather than chirp, because he can give me a run for my money when it comes to that, because he chirps a lot, and he's actually doing a better job than it because he gets commercials on top of it. I deserve what I get paid because I get paid to chirp. He gets paid to play football, and he chirps better than he plays football right now. That is a fact. So I would say to him, get it together. Nobody's rooting against Baker Mayfield. But I remember when he was at Oklahoma, Max, and this is one of the things that actually turned me off because when you talk about me, I'm coming for you. You see what I'm saying? So I did my little research there this morning. Oh, he got something to say. Let me look up some things here. One of the things I remember this irritated me. Baker Mayfield's having a press conference when he's at Oklahoma. And he's sitting there crying. And Lincoln Riley is too. Why? Because Baker Mayfield grabbed his crotch during the game, got called on the carpet for it, and got benched. Are you ready for this, Molly? Ready for this, Damien? Max? For 2 minutes. 2 minutes. He sat down for 2 minutes.
Man, those are crocodile tears going on.
Are you really kidding me? I'm just saying, this is what I'm talking about here. So I'm like this. This is what we're talking about. Everything is always overblown when it comes to this guy. The bottom line is, Baker Mayfield, you are not a scrub. He can play. But you are the #1 overall pick. You damn sure don't look like it. Your team is 4-2, and they still ain't happy. Because they know you ain't what you're supposed to be and what you've been marketed to be. That's the reality of the situation. Say what you want about me, but I've earned my shine. I wish he'll do the same.
So, first of all, I like Baker's response a lot. He didn't bring up your name. Someone else did, and he said...
That's right.
And he actually was very respectful. He said, I don't give a damn what anyone thinks. That's what he's supposed to say. Then he said, those guys get paid to do what they do, so he's respectful of it.
That's how I took it. Is that not how I took it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Baker's attitude right now is exactly right. He can be better, and he knows. He said he could be much better. Here's the rub for Baker, and this is what I was talking about all last year. If Odell and them start thinking he's not a baller, it's a problem. Here's the problem for Baker. Ryan Clark was the first to really bring it up like this. It's worse than like we care too much or anything like that. We don't think you can do much better. We do believe Baker can do better than he's done, but not much better. You know why, I'm passionate when I talk about Carson Wentz? I think Carson Wentz can do much better. I believe in Carson Wentz's talent. Mm-hmm. I haven't given up on his elite level talent. That's why I hold him to that standard. Ryan Clark said it. He's just all right. I don't believe in Baker Mayfield's talent anymore. His arm is good enough and he's accurate enough. He's not processing information quickly enough, and he's not fast enough to outrun anyone, so he's just okay. And if he works really hard at it, he'll be a little better. But there's a cap on the ceiling and therefore a cap on how much I care. And that's nothing against his attitude. He has a very good attitude right now, I think. It's just a worse kind of verdict, I think, that we've all come to, a conclusion we've come to about his talent.
I think part of it, too, and I just kind of want to redirect this for a second. Obviously, they're coming off a horrible loss to your Steelers, Stephen A., so you're paying very close attention to that game. But, Damian, are we being too hard on him? When we do look at the record, I understand he didn't beat incredible teams, but they are 4-2.
They are 4-2. And make no mistake about it. You are what your record says you are. But here's the problem. Who have they beaten? You got mollywopped by the Pittsburgh Steelers, your arch rivals. Mm-hmm. That series has not been competitive in years.
17.
And here's the problem with the Cleveland Browns, with Baker Mayfield and basically the Cleveland Browns in general. They do a lot of yapping. Kareem Hunt going into the game last week was doing a bunch of yapping about the Pittsburgh Steelers and what he was going to do to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Pittsburgh Steelers like, okay, we hear you. Okay, y'all doing all this yapping, all this talking, but y'all got to come see us on the field. And at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters is what you do on the field. And Pittsburgh Steelers just, again, wiped the floor with the Cleveland Browns. For me, the bigger thing is I don't have a problem with what Baker Mayfield said. He said exactly what he's supposed to say. I think my bigger problem with the Cleveland Browns, they do too much talking and not enough doing. That's the problem with the Cleveland Browns, whether it's Kareem Hunt or whether it's Baker Mayfield in the past or whether it's, other people.
Yeah.
Stop all the talking. Go out there and make things happen when it needs to happen on the football field.
Damian, here's the problem. Who instigated that? That would be Baker Mayfield. We didn't hear any chirping from the Cleveland Browns before Baker Mayfield arrived. Let's call it what it is. This man is, 16-19 as a starter. Take away the Cincinnati Bengals, and his record against the NFL is 12-18 as a starter. Okay? You wanted Hugh Jackson gone, obviously deservedly so. The record speaks for itself. He had to go. You didn't have to insist on Freddie Kitchens. Freddie Kitchens went from a positional coach to an offensive coordinator to an NFL head coach. Has that ever happened in NFL history? The answer is no. Baker Mayfield wanted that man because he worked for you, but he didn't work for the team. Right. It showed itself last year. You got a new coach in there now.
Look, they got the right coach now.
And I think they got the right coach.
Kirk Cousins wish he had him back as offensive coordinator.
This is so good, and I'm sorry to cut you guys off. We'll continue this conversation at a later date, but we got more I want to get into.
But I'm not offended by what he said.
Not at all. And it wasn't at all.
It was
just there's so much star power in that team. That's so much hype. So technically, they haven't lived up.
I would have said the same thing if I was him.
They said 4-2 feels like 0-6 in the locker room. He said it himself. All right, we'll leave it there. When we come back, Antonio Brown is drawing interest from contenders, but should they be confident AB will last the rest of the season? Max, what else is in store for our second hour, sir?
Molly, you know we have much more coming up on First Take. If the